of this bracket in the winner's side is Tampico. And so, you know, they are really showing the local level. They're showing some great, the hunger to represent their region as best as possible. And we're gonna start out with the man, the legend, the best Steve main in Mexico, Manny.
Starting off strong, exactly that against Vinter right here. Apparently using the Sephiroth right here, trying to go for a down smash right there. Apparently just simply trying to just break his shield starting right off the bat. And that's like the best thing about Sephiroth, is that his conditioning game is so very good that you have to like respect it in a way. And right here we already see the one wing come out. This one winged angel is trapped and strong right here, and basically making Manny double think his options. Ooh, the super armor not quite going up, but woo, oh my god, we're starting off super strong with the shield break. Goodbye, Alex, see you soon. Go back to Minecraft.
Keep in mind that this is Manny's, well, Steve's worst matchup, but Manny in particular is one of those guys who really lives this out. I mean, I think it's just common sense that if you have a really bad matchup, you're going to train it as much as possible to have the greatest chance at success. And here you go, Manny takes no time at all to close this thing out. 2 stocks to 2, but of course, the punish game is looking a lot more solid from Vinter's side. But hey, are we going to see another stock? No, Manny cannot quite cover the ledge.
And that's the problem right here, that Manny, he knows, like you mentioned, he knows this matchup very well, but it's still a very difficult one. People like Manny, who are like character specialists that most of the time simply have that knowledge on deck and demonstrate it so fervently right here. A lot of people tend to say that Steve is one of those characters that only does well online, and Manny is just here like saying, you know what, no, that's not the case. And effectively right here, like you're mentioning, that counter is just ever so strong, and it becomes very difficult for Steve to actually be able to handle it, since, you know, most of his attacks don't outrange, and Sephiroth has this tremendous amount of pressure and he can apply just by far, simply by looking at you sometimes. And now that the wing is on deck and he has a stock lead, it's going to be difficult.
Yes, although he does have a pretty high percent, but here's the difference, of course, with Sephiroth. You're going to force Steve to go out of his way to really recalculate his options and, of course, get rid of those orbitals. And even when we say that, Vinter loses his second stock. So, again, like I told you, Manny is one of those players who really tries to lap this out. No way! That was a terrible angle, but Manny finds a way to get this match, and that was a JP2 as well. It was looking super harsh at the beginning, but now we get the victory for Tampico's best.
Dude, what the heck happened? What was that angle? That angle was like so uncomfortable. I promise you that I saw trigonometry in class, and that was not an angle that I would expect at all. Impressive stuff right here by Manny. He's just simply trusting, putting the faith in his main and saying, you know what, yeah, I got this. This is something that we completely can do. And I honestly have to say, I'm impressed by Manny just simply turning around how this game is, well, how this matchup is looking, because people tend to say, like you mentioned, that Sephiroth is Steve's worst matchup. But in this case, I saw that Manny, even though he was struggling, he was able to keep his composure on very well, and just simply make this his own game. And look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this gorgeous venue, Jesus Christ.
Absolutely, Tampico always showing up when it comes to venues, and of course they have a beach nearby, so another Mexican beach destination with a great tournament. And speaking of, we also need to talk about this huge level that we're seeing. Like we said, on paper it's the worst matchup, but in practice, Manny has the tools and he has the anvil, and we saw how big of a headache that can be. Technically, Sephiroth can counter the cards with no problem, just press down B and that's that, but the real issue here is how you deal with everything else that Steve can throw at you.
Yes, and that's like what becomes a problem in a way. You're constantly trying to like understand what they can or can't do in the type of situations where they will find themselves to be desperate. Oh, right there with the octo slash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then you're gone. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why Sephiroth can be such a menace, and that is why he is constantly giving Smash nightmares, simply because of the fact that most of the time his options, you think that you're safe in front of them and stuff like that, but that's just not the case. It's just not the case whenever Sephiroth enters the field. But Manny keeping his composure right here, making Sephiroth go into, well, a very high percentage, and then immediately taking the stock with that minecart, which is very difficult to react to, especially when it's going at high speeds with the redstone.
Yeah, especially with how Manny has been positioning himself. He's trying to bait out the counter first from Vinter, and then going for the minecart. And recovery, even if you see this, and you don't usually see Steve's hold back when it comes to minecarts and stuff. Here, he doesn't have any iron, so he has to go for the up B. And Vinter did not notice that. Vinter is so used to Manny going for the minecart that he is kind of losing sight of everything else he can do. And Manny, even though he has no materials, he has no iron, he can take advantage of that. Going for some different approach options, but here you go. He actually goes for the regular minecart into 4 there, and Vinter now ready with the finger on the trigger for that down B, and the counter takes away Manny's second stock.
And you see, that's like something that becomes very difficult. If you have a resource character, you're always aware of how much they have, and that becomes part of the counterplay whenever you're playing against a resource character. You have to like notice, okay, for example, characters like Steve, you have to notice, okay, can he block? Can he use his iron? Right there, for example, he has no more iron. There's nothing much that he can do in regards to like the minecart, stuff like that. And it becomes very difficult to keep track of like what your opponent's resources are, especially, but it becomes a very crucial part of the matchup. Right there, he was able to get 2 iron. He has another minecart available. Now he has diamond, and now like one of our fellow commentators would say, now he has arsen in the palm of his hand in regards to like diamonds. Ooh, barely, just like that Acme mark, that Acme brand outfit just falling from the sky right here. And now we're seeing that Manny just wants to keep on applying that pressure, and he has to play campy in order to get his materials.
And he sets up shop, trying to go for a more laid back approach here, because he knows he can't just press forward. He needs Vinter to commit, kind of like he just did now. And there's the counter, but Manny, he was actually spacing himself so well around that. Unfortunately, it's hit. There you go. That's the game. Once again, the Acme brand Anvil is going to take game number 2, but keep in mind, this top 16 is best of 5 in its entirety, so these guys are not leaving their chairs quite yet. I mean, someone left his chair there, but we're talking about the players here. They're not leaving just yet. Manny needs to win another match.
Of course, and I'm not gonna lie, Manny's making this matchup seem not as bad on, at least, like you mentioned, this matchup is bad on paper, but Manny's making it look even at most. And I really like the fact that most of these, hello to all the players in the venue. I'm not gonna lie, I really like the fact that a lot of people see this matchup and they're like, no, this is terrible for Steve, but Manny just doesn't back down. Like, he does not back down. He's always ready then to find himself a way to be able to take this in his own hands, like they're constantly been doing it. Right now, I'm not gonna lie, I am loving this Abierto Tampico, because of the fact that the players here, what level they're demonstrating. It's Montenivel, it's Tampico, it's everywhere. It's like bro, this is something that's just impressive to see constantly. The fact that the Mexican scene is just impressive all the time. Ooh, right there, 71% off with 1 conversion too. Jesus Christ.
Yes, indeed. That's a lot of damage for just 1 single opening. Keep in mind that Vinter is the one who decides to stay on FD as well. He does not want to go to any platform stage. He does not want to give Manny an extra tool to set out on, but I think it's kind of hurting him in the long run. Manny has now adapted. He has now seen every strategy that Vinter has to offer. And of course, he can set up shop, he can wait and see where Vinter is going to approach from. And now he gets iron. So this minecart I thought was going to get the kill. It does not, but still, some great condition from Manny.
I really like the fact that most of the time Manny just isn't taking the fight to him unless it's absolutely necessary. What happened there?
The stare down.
He's styling on him, bro. He's styling on him. He saw he could kill him with the forward smash. He saw that he committed to that counter. He just said, you know what? I'm gonna just remain calm. I'm gonna grab him, and then I'm just gonna send him straight up with the piston right there. Very well done. So let's go. I'm really liking the fact that he is not committing to absolutely anything unless he sees that it's absolutely safe, because Vinter is making a lot of mistakes now. You see that his execution slowly but surely is deteriorating because he's committing a lot of errors.
And that's because he also commits to a really laggy option. If you go for the counter, you better be damn sure that your opponent is about to hit you, because if not, look at how exposed he is. And there's where the big punish game from Manny comes in full force. Even though Manny is taking a lot of percent as well, I don't really see him in that much danger. It might be just 1 hit away, but so is Vinter if you think about it, because there could be an anvil being placed kind of like this one, and there you go. That's the second stock. Manny on the verge of taking the set, although he does lose his first one.
That's so uncomfortable. It was like such an uncomfortable way of recovery right there. Well, Oh my god, the pain train, he wants him dead, dude. He did not want to deal with Sephiroth anymore, and I really see Manny just simply understanding what he has to do in this matchup. I see that Vinter is just constantly trying to go in a very aggressive manner, and if he continues to do it like that, he will continue to be Manny's out of shield option. And whereas I do understand that when you are Sephiroth, you do have to be like constantly in, you don't have to be at that range, because you beat Steve in range in that area and almost taking the stock right there. A combination of Anvil and Lava trying to go there with Flint and Steel. But no, he gets run over. He's gone. He left. That train has gone away. Oh my god. And right here, Manny taking this game 3-0. Who said that this was a losing matchup, by the way? I don't see anywhere.
No, I don't think Manny is ever going to lose to Sephiroth again if he keeps on playing the way he just did. It's amazing to me how, you know, the lab hours, of course, are going to work out in his favor, but Sephiroth really does have a lot in his favor that you wouldn't usually see Steve Mains playing against like this. Manny was focused on his mind games. That's where he won. He did not win on paper. He won here on the mind. Forcing his opponent to commit, forcing his opponent to make mistakes, and of course forcing those counters out and then responding properly. So props to Manny, he keeps on moving, and keep in mind there was a tiebreaker being played in his pool. He was about to be eliminated running in pools, but he won the tiebreaker, and that's how he made it through. And now